Steph Curry, three words that echo through basketball arenas, define an era and strike fear into opposing defenses. The man who redefined the game is back at it again, dominating the court in ways no one else can. But don't take my word for it, Stephen A. Smith himself said, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter God ever created. And who could argue? From his jaw-dropping skills to the Warriors' highs and lows, this is a story of relentless grit, redemption, and an unquenchable thirst for greatness. But no king reigns without challenges, and for Steph Curry, his Warriors often seem determined to make his journey more arduous. Let's dive into the beauty and chaos of this dynasty.
Steph Curry is the greatest shooter God ever created.
Amen.
I've said that on many occasions. He is the babyface assassin. I knew it years ago that he was the greatest shooter we have ever seen. His ball handling skills, his movement without the ball, the elevation of his basketball IQ, his selflessness, the way players rally around him because they want to produce for him and they want to see him shine. They feed off of all of these things. This dude is something special. He is something to behold. He's a generational kind of talent. He deserves all the accolades in the world. I'm happy for him.
There are moments in sports history that elevate beyond mere performance. They become declarations of greatness. Last night was one of those moments. But as we celebrate Steph Curry's brilliance, we must confront an equally unrelenting reality. The Knicks, an iconic franchise, now bear the weight of a legacy marred by failure. Their once proud home, Madison Square Garden, is no longer a fortress, but a stage for others to etch their names into history, often at the Knicks' expense.
You know who the Knicks are? They're that rug that everybody steps on and wipes their feet before they go into a posh home. It could be Kobe in the 61. It could be LeBron in the 60. It could be Jordan in the double nickel. It could be Reggie Miller in the 8 seconds.
You ain't lying.
It could be all of this, Molly. Hold on, Molly.
I didn't say anything. I'm just shaking.
Jay
I know where you're going.
Jay Williams
I'm not even
knows.
talking.
Jay Williams knows I'm spitting facts here. The New York Knicks are the rug that everybody steps on and wipes their feet before they go in to the Mecca, which is Madison Square Garden, and puts on a show. And Steph Curry was the latest dude last night. The New York Knicks have lost 4 straight. They lost 7 of 8 games. They are 12-16. At this moment in time, they're sorry.
The statistics don't just reveal losses, they expose a systemic collapse, a franchise stuck in a perpetual loop of disappointment. But last night wasn't just about the Knicks losing again, it was about witnessing history. Steph Curry didn't just break a record, he shattered the limits of what we thought a shooter could achieve.
There was no better way for him to get the record than to finish it with this detail. The way the ball goes in the hole matters. For real shooters, and you know about this, getting thousands of shots up every single day. We would play this game in college. I know Steph played this game with his dad. It's called -7 + 7. So for every missed shot, you get 2 points, +2. If the ball goes in and hits the rim, you get +1. And the goal is to have so many shots that make this sound. And you get to -7, and that's how you win the ultimate competition.
Yep.
The game of basketball has been such an isolation game, right? Michael Jordan, pinch post, Kobe, pinch post, the way they operated. The way Steph moving without the ball, for him to backpedal at full speed, to catch the ball, to rise, to lift over Alec Burks, to make that shot with that sound in the mecca of basketball. There is something special about that from a real basketball playing perspective because that's purity.
Purity. That's the word. But here's the paradox of Steph Curry's greatness. No matter how pure his shot, the criticisms remain. They whisper doubts about his clutch ability, about his dominance in the biggest moments. This season, however, feels different. This might be the year Steph Curry silences those whispers and cements his legacy as not just the greatest shooter, but a player who rises in every moment, no matter how immense.
When I see him now, I think of purity, shooting purity. And that's something that nobody can ever take away from him. But I am willing to also move the ball down the field for Steph because I know that once this is over, there's something about being the greatest shooter. And also now I think the next step for Steph is in those big moments, in those clutch moments. Just know that his brain, this is not enough. He wants to be next level. He wants to be different. And this is his year. If Clay comes back, hopefully they do, him and James Wiseman, to have these clutch moments where all this talk about him not doing things in the clutch or, oh, look at Steph shrinking in these moments. This is his year to shut all those naysayers up.
Steph Curry isn't just a basketball player, he's an artist. Every shot is a stroke of genius, every dribble a symphony. But what makes him truly remarkable is his unmatched efficiency and game-changing skill set. Steph Curry has redefined the very concept of offense in the NBA, from his jaw-dropping three-pointers to his off-ball wizardry that bends defenses out of shape. Let's not forget his career three-point percentage of 42.8% isn't just a number, it's a challenge to every player who dares to imitate his greatness. And it's not just the shooting. Steph Curry's basketball IQ is in a league of its own. His off-ball movement forces defenders into impossible situations, creating opportunities for teammates like Andrew Wiggins and Buddy Hield. Even when the defense swarms him, Steph finds a way, whether it's a step-back dagger from 28 feet or a perfectly timed pass to an open shooter. Take his recent performance against the Mavericks, 37 points, including the last 12 for Golden State in the fourth quarter. Stephen A. Smith himself said it best, he's not just a shooter, he's a force of nature. Steph Curry's ability to take over games single-handedly is a skill no one else in the league can replicate. But even a player this extraordinary can't do it all alone. The Warriors' mistakes often threaten to overshadow Steph Curry's brilliance. Let's explore how these missteps have become both a hurdle and a narrative in their season. And when we talk about hurdles, the Warriors' turnover problem stands out like a sore thumb. Let's break it down. The Golden State Warriors are a paradox, a team capable of breathtaking highs but prone to frustrating lows. They boast the league's best bench production, averaging a staggering 59.6 points per game, and yet turnovers have become their Achilles heel. Case in point, their narrow escape against the Clippers, where a sloppy final possession nearly cost them the game. This season, the Warriors are averaging 14 turnovers per game, ranking 12th in the league. That might not seem disastrous, but for a team with championship aspirations, these errors are the difference between dominance and disaster. Even Draymond Green, a defensive savant, couldn't escape scrutiny after his ejection against Memphis, a moment that underscored the Warriors' occasional lack of discipline. Stephen A. Smith couldn't hold back his critique either. The Warriors are too talented to play this recklessly. And he's right. From lazy passes to ill-advised fouls, the Warriors have handed opponents opportunities they don't deserve. Yet, what makes this team fascinating is their ability to learn from these blunders. And yet, every mistake seems to light a fire under this team. The Warriors don't just recover, they come back stronger, more determined, and more dangerous. Let's dive into how they consistently rise from the ashes. From the depths of their mistakes, the Warriors find ways to soar. Here's how they turn setbacks into comebacks. Great teams don't avoid failure, they embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel. The Golden State Warriors are a testament to this philosophy. Despite a turbulent start last season, they've stormed back to a 1-0-3 record, defeating heavyweights like the Thunder and Celtics. Their secret weapon, a relentless commitment to adaptability and an unwavering belief in their system. Andrew Wiggins has rediscovered his 2022 form, attacking the rim with purpose and shooting an impressive 41% from three-point range. DeAnthony Melton, a free agent acquisition, has been a revelation on both ends of the floor. His defensive metrics place him in the 87th percentile for forced turnovers, while offensively, he's hitting nearly 38% of his threes. Add in the electrifying contributions from Buddy Hield off the bench, and you have a team that can outlast anyone in a 7-game series. And of course, there's Steph Curry, the man who, as Stephen A. Smith put it, rises to the occasion every time. Whether it's his scoring explosion against the Thunder or his orchestration of clutch plays against Boston, Steph Curry embodies the Warriors' resilience. When the chips are down, you can count on Steph to deliver. But resilience alone doesn't create legends. Legends are made on stages where the spotlight burns brightest. For Steph Curry, there's no better stage than Madison Square Garden. From comeback victories to historic milestones, Steph Curry's journey leads us to the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden is more than an arena, it's a cathedral of basketball. And for Steph Curry, it's the site of one of his most iconic moments, breaking the all-time three-point record. With 2:40 left in the first quarter, Steph Curry drained a backpedaling three-pointer over Alec Burks, sending the crowd into a frenzy. The sound of the net, the roar of the crowd, it was poetry in motion. Spike Lee captured the moment courtside, but it was Stephen A. Smith who articulated what every fan was thinking. We may never see anything like this again. And he's right. Steph Curry's performance at the Garden wasn't just a record, it was a reminder of his status as the ultimate showman in basketball. The Garden has witnessed countless legendary performances, but few compare to Steph Curry's mastery. He doesn't just play basketball, he elevates it to an art form, leaving fans and players alike in awe. Whether you're a Knicks fan, a Warriors fan, or just a lover of the game, moments like these remind us why we watch. But for Steph Curry, the Garden isn't the end, it's a stepping stone. The old king isn't ready to abdicate his throne just yet. So what's next for the reigning monarch of the NBA? Let's find out. Steph Curry isn't just ruling the NBA, he's reshaping it. From perfecting his craft to leading his team through adversity, Steph Curry proves that greatness isn't a moment, it's a lifestyle. As Stephen A. Smith so aptly put it, Steph Curry is something special, a generational talent. And as long as he's on the court, the Golden State Warriors remain a threat to any team, anytime. So, are you ready to witness more history? Because Steph Curry isn't done, not by a long shot.